Well, I chose a subject. It was close to my heart because we have struggled to work as a team
Until
for 16 years
go on.
until this morning. No, but seriously, teamwork has not come easy. Teamwork does not happen when you say I do. Working together and pulling your ideas together and producing something fantastic does not always work when you say I do. The best teamwork we've ever had is making children, and there's been no negotiations. We've just agreed, and
That's
we've
the
done it
that's
well.
the easy bit.
That was the easy bit.
That was the sweet.
But teamwork, it was a yeah. It's been difficult, and it's a topic which is weighs heavy here.
Why is that one, Why is that for you?
Why is that? Why is that for me? We will discuss later.
Real. Your finger.
Yeah, it was. You were waffling.
No. We can edit. Do you
I
keep
know.
forgetting?
I know.
You keep forgetting. You keep forgetting we can
You
edit.
see, I didn't really touch you. I just.
I know you did.
tapped.
You did tap me. It was electricity
I
coming off
tapped
you.
like that.
One. We
Okay.
can edit.
Okay.
Teamwork. Teamwork. Teamwork is a topic. Oh man. Here we go, man. Look, I'm not editing none of this. This is what it is. Let's come on then. Open up then. So today we're looking at teamwork.
No, you got to go back a bit and say this is marriage because we're going to take that bit out because we're looking in the wrong place.
No, it doesn't matter.
It does. When it looks back, it looks like
You
we're just.
might as well
looking over
just
there.
start again.
Are you looking here?
Yeah, I'm supposed to.
But where do you look?
I look where I look, innit?
Yeah, but if my eye is going there and your eyes is going there,
Nah,
where are you looking?
wherever I feel like.
Where shall I look?
In the lens.
Well, look in the lens then with me.
As a team, yeah?
Yeah?
We'll look in the lens as a team. I'm gonna forget at some point. But it doesn't matter, go on.
So you're looking there. Because I can't, if I look at you and here, then I'm not looking at there. So where should we look together?
Look at the screen.
When we look at the screen, how does it look?
I have no idea.
This is serious stuff, you know?
Yeah, but I'm gonna forget. That's what I'm saying. You're just gonna just do it.
Okay,
Yeah?
go.
How you doing, my friends? This is the newly named This Is Marriage.
Yes, we love marriage, but we thought it was quite subjective because we do. But, no, I keep saying but.
Just keep talking.
Because we've renamed it to This Is Marriage because
Because one of the reasons is because we wanted to show the
we're still the same people though.
teamwork. And that word, it sound nice, sound cute. Hi guys,
Hi.
we are the newly named or renamed This Is Marriage.
Initially we love marriage, but we thought that was quite a subjective statement. Though we do love it, we wanted to be more inclusive for those who don't love it and experience a lot of challenges, and those who do love it and love it.
Yeah.
So we wanted to be more inclusive, and so we changed the name to This Is Marriage because the experiences we go through, the experiences we learn from others, and what we share is what marriage is.
Yeah. This is reality, which is really what the name expresses. So we changed it, and I think it's much more appropriate. Less of the fairy tale in there, although you can have a little bit in there of we love marriage, like it's purely sweet, like it's just honeymoon all day. It's not like that. It's sweet and sour, and that's because of some of our nonsense that we come with and some of the greatness that we come up with as well. That's why this is marriage. It's just real. Your finger.
Yeah, it was, you were waffling.
No. We can edit. Do you
I
keep
know.
forgetting?
I know.
You keep forgetting. You keep forgetting we can
You
edit.
see, I didn't really touch you. I just.
I know you did.
Tapped.
You did tap me. It was electricity
I
coming off
tapped
you.
like that.
One. We
Okay.
can edit.
Okay.
Teamwork. Teamwork is a topic. Oh man. Here we go, man. Look, I'm not editing none of this. This is what it is. Let's come on then. Open up then.
Well, I chose a subject. It was close to my heart because we have struggled to work as a team
Until.
for 16 years.
Go on.
Until this morning. No, but seriously, teamwork has not come easy. Teamwork does not happen when you say I do. Working together and pulling your ideas together and producing something fantastic does not always work when you say I do. The best teamwork we've ever had is making children, and there's been no negotiations. We've just agreed, and we've done it well.
That's the easy bit.
That was the easy bit.
That was the sweet.
But teamwork, yeah. It's been difficult, and it's a topic which is weighs heavy here.
Why is that one, yo? Why is that for you?
Why is that? Why is that for me? We will discuss later. But what we want to say is look at today is why teamwork? Why do you need to have teamwork in a marriage?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna edit this, yeah?
Of course.
You're looking down.
Don't you see me on? Don't you see me on Final Cut like killing myself?
Yeah, go on.
Trying to cut you. Teamwork. No. We want to go here first. Let's talk about it.
No, but I just said it. Why teamwork? So you have to say why.
So teamwork is one of the things about teamwork is that it builds your character. It's not easy, and it's like you're shaping yourself because you're together with someone else now, and you have to alter your character to fit in the relationship. That will ultimately, if the other person, can you keep doing that? Because
I'm just trying to learn from it.
Are you learning from this?
Yeah, but I have to like take it in.
Okay. We need some music. I'm gonna find a tune to put in. So you're molding your character so that the relationship is optimal. You understand? That's your character building. That's you getting rid of the stuff that's not necessary for the relationship, not necessarily good for your character. It's got to go.
So that happens in teamwork. It's a process of elimination.
Yeah. Or put on a back burner. It's not easy. Some people find it harder than others. That's the truth. Some people are really good at working by themselves, and some people are good at working in teams. That is a character thing, or personality type rather. At the same time, when you're in a marriage, you have no choice but to alter that so that the marriage works. But it's something that has to be done, or you're just going to be knocking heads all day. My way, your way, my way, your way kind of thing.
I watch The Apprentice and I always shout at the TV. I'm like, just do it this way, do it this way. And I know that I couldn't go for that selection process. I would find it very, very difficult.
Why?
To just adapt and work, in teams that are just thrown together like that.
Well, it's almost impossible to work like that sometimes.
People do, but I just find it very frustrating to deal with other ideas apart from mine at times. And I've had to come round to understand, like, look, different ideas can still make progress. It can't fall all in one person's lap.
Well, you know, one of the problems with, and the example that you use is good, one of the problems with The Apprentice is that they got all the same personality types where they come together as big egos and they've only got self-interest. They're in this thing for themselves, and then they ask them to work together. It's almost impossible. That's like being in a marriage where you're all for yourself, innit?
Yeah.
I think
fundamentally that's what it is the element of selfishness.
Yeah.
There's the element of my way is the best way. And I know that we have both struggled with elements of that. My way is the best way. And so that for me has been a challenge in teamwork. I mean, I work in teams at work, and I have in the past. I've worked with teams at work, and I've worked well, and I haven't had a tizzy. But I think when it's a close proximity and doing something, it's challenging. It is to great. To great, yeah.
With sparks.
Yes.
So the other aspect of it is, and I think we touched on it already, it brings out the worst in you. That's the truth. It brings out the worst, but it also can bring out the best in you as well. That mentality of sacrifice. And sometimes, you know what, you might have the right way, but it doesn't have to go your way. And that's one of the important things to look at. It's not about who's right all the time. It's about how can we move forward together. But what it does is it brings out the worst in you, so that when it comes to the surface, like in Job, when he talks about you've gone through the fire. Is it Job? Yes, Job. When you've gone through a fire and the dross.
23:10.
Thank you. I should know this. And the dross, which is the impurities of the gold, rises to the top. But that comes through fire, a lot of heat and a lot of tempering, and all the mess comes up, and then you just get rid of it. And then what you're left with is, as the scripture says, pure gold. And that's really what you want. It's not about being perfect or going my way. It's about knowing that this is building you. It's a tough thing.
It's a tough thing because I think the experience that we see, I don't know, in the media, you see somebody in a movie and they come together and they just create this amazing project or amazing life together. You just think it comes as standard. You don't realize that there's actually a pulling, a to and fro with yourself and your partner where you're like, no, my way's best, no, my way's best, no, my way's best, no, my way's best. And it's like you come to a place where that either, as Curtis just said, it brings out the worst to bring out the best in you. Or sometimes it can bring out the worst to bring out the worst in you, and full stop, that's it. And you go you know what I mean? You go your ways and you don't complete your goals. And that happened to us for a while, but now we're recognizing that, listen, this is what teamwork is about. It's about bringing out your strengths, bringing out your weaknesses. It's about building character. And when we know this, we think, right, there's a purpose to this, and we will come up with an end result as well as changing who we are at the same time for the best.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate again. I have to do it again. It's not about the best way. It's about just doing it together. It's about the unity. It's not about the direction you go. God will bless you anywhere you go. As long as you know or believe that it's the right way to go together, or that it's good for you, you can agree on that. It might sound like a bit contrary, but it's not. As long as you can agree, let's turn left. Now, one of you might know, like, in my experience, that's not the way to go, but you actually agree. The unity is the most important thing. Mm-hmm. That's a great thing about teamwork.
Okay, your teamwork could be in anything. You may be thinking, what kind of things could I possibly team up with my partner to do in marriage? It could be anything. It could be a DIY project. It could be something like working on maybe a homeless ministry. It could be something like working towards maybe adopting a child in the future. Mm. It could be teamwork in parenting. It could be teamwork in getting fit together. It could be teamwork in coming together to maybe buy a new property or to move house. But either way, teamwork plays a part where you bring your strengths and your weaknesses together, all in the pot, mix it up, dash the weaknesses out, use the strengths and work towards something. But there are so many different projects what happen in your household, you wouldn't believe it. Teamwork can even happen in making dinner. Do you know what I mean? Somebody's washing the rice while somebody's cutting the veg. But this is all teamwork. But if we're both washing the rice, two different right hands in the pot, it's going to be a nonsense. Do you know what I mean? It's going to spill everywhere. It's going to get messy. We can both be cutting veg, but if we're both cutting veg on the same chopping board, trying to use the same knife, we're not going to get any chopped veg. Chopped fingers.
That's it. It's going to cause arms. That's what it's going to cause. So the truth is that teamwork for some couples and for some people, some individuals, or both of you in a relationship can be difficult, but that's okay. It's so important to just be unified in the direction you go. It's hard at first. For those of you who are struggling, who are not on a project, it's hard at first, but that's okay. It's supposed to be, so that the rest of all that nonsense comes out.
We would say recognize differences. You do have differences, and those differences are important because they can enhance what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? You could bring A to the project and I bring B to the project, and A and B just make a beautiful soup. Do you see what I mean? Butternut squash, courgette, together, whiz that up with some coconut cream and it's done. You know, it's nice. A little bit of bouillon as well and some herbs. And that's together is pulling our resources and our differences together. Totally different vegetables, but it's working. So I'm one who's more creative minded and Curtis is kind of more technically minded. And those things merged together, I could produce an amazing PowerPoint presentation.
But you know, at the same time, whilst you bring it up, going into it again slightly, we've got our talents. She's got her creativity. I've got my technicality. And sometimes I'm like, no, this is the way. This is the way. And sometimes she'll be like, no, put red, gold, and green in it. I'm like, no, make it black and white. Do you know what I mean?
And sometimes your technicality can be a bit overwhelming. It's like, I can't read that. I can't understand it like that. Do you know what I mean? I understand it from this perspective.
Yeah.
And so the wires can get a bit fuzzy, but we're recognizing that we have differences and we can use each other in the areas of strength rather than have fuzzy communication.
There's strengths and weaknesses in everything about you. Yeah. And even in the good, there can be bad in that very good thing. It's just how you use it. You've got to be wise with it.
Stay in your lane. I would say that if as I said, I'm not technically minded. And so I can't go into this lane. I have no desire to be. I could learn it, but naturally I'm more of a creative person. So I want to stay in the creative lane. And that's where I flourish best. That's where I do best. That's where I can output the best. And he can do his lane and do his best in his lane. And then we can marry those roads together and they become one road and we go down that A road and we reach the destination.
But you know, whether you're married or not, if you're in a relationship or even if you're single, recognize that in a relationship there is a leader. It can be the man or the woman. It doesn't matter. But a leader will help that person or stimulate that person to be the best that they can be. And also recognize your place in that relationship so that whatever talent is there, whether it be, and particularly when it comes to someone kind of being the head also sometimes says, you know what, you lead that, because this is your strong area. But you both have to recognize the lane that you're in. Today, she's the leader or he's the leader for this relationship in X, Y, and Z. You both have to recognize that. And that's showing respect to each other. And that's how teamwork works. It's give and take.
Looks like you're smoking.
Yeah, I'm giving you the sign.
I know. So we always end by saying. I mean, although we've gone to This Is Marriage, we still end by saying, love never fails. Stay the course.